What is up, KLIQPOD Nation? It is Monday, May 14th, 2018, and we're here for another Monday Night Raw review. And once again, Seth Rollins proves why Raw is Rollins. Rollins is Raw. Man, the run this man has been on since he lasted 57 minutes in that gauntlet match is absolutely amazing. This man's momentum is an all-time high. This man will literally bring prestige back to the IC belt, and I guarantee you it will be the main belt on Raw. And why? Because Rollins is amazing. Holy cow, man. Any guy that can make a match with Mojo Rawley look interesting is doing something in my book. But with that being said, let's get to the intro so we can get to the review. Thank you, KLIQPOD fan, for joining me as always on a Monday night like we do for the Monday Night Review. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the show. So tonight's show kicks off with our man Kurt Angle coming out to the ring. And you know, with Money in the Bank right around the corner, Kurt wants to talk a little more about the event. So, show starts out with Kurt talking about the Money in the Bank event and how we're gonna have qualifying matches to see who qualifies. At this point, Braun Strowman comes out and he tells a little tree story. Talks about when he was younger, the kids in the neighborhood were building a treehouse. He could hear them sawing away, and no matter what, they never asked him to help. And so, you know what he did? And he asked Kurt Angle, "You know what I did?" And Kurt's like, "Let me guess. You pushed the treehouse, or you climbed up in the tree and tore down the treehouse." Braun says, "I waited till they got in the treehouse, and then I just pushed down the tree." Absolutely phenomenal, man. Braun just continuing to add to that mystique that is Braun right now. I mean, this dude's untouchable right now. Everybody's catching them hands. At this point, we get KO coming down. And KO is upset about last night, how they technically shouldn't have lost. The Raw man, the non-legal man, was pinned. The legal man was never pinned. So, first off, I already understand KO's complaint. Next, KO starts talking about how he deserves an automatic qualifier into the Money in the Bank ladder match. With that being said, hey, real quick, shout out to KO. Happy birthday. At this point, we get the screw job, man. You know Angle's already got the wheels turning. He's already pondering. He makes the match for Braun and KO for later that evening for their qualifier match. Man, instantly I'm already like, damn it, dude. These are two people I want to see in the match, and one of them's already going to be knocked out. And chances are you know which one's going to be knocked out. So, to start off the show, I was a little bummed. Just knowing right off the bat somebody was going to get knocked out. We cut to Roman in a backstage scene. He's going off about the haters, silencing the haters, all the critics. You know, he does this night in, night out. Damn, the same thing we've heard him say since the start of this year, I feel. And then we get a backstage segment with Jinder and Kurt Angle. And Jinder feels he should be automatically rewarded. Kurt reminds him he hasn't even won a match since he's been on Raw. And he got upset by Gable last week. So tonight, in his match versus Chad Gable, if he can do enough to prove to Angle that he deserves a match in a qualifying match, then Angle will give him the opportunity. But as always, they do it on Raw by wrestling. So Jinder's got to prove himself. We get a 6-man tag. We got No Way Jose and Titus Worldwide, Titus and Apollo versus Corbin and the Revival. The Revival works so amazingly together. Man, there's a point where Dash is doing, or is it Wilder? I can never separate the two. But either way, they're doing an abdominal stretch. And the tag wasn't even made to his normal partner. It was made to Corbin. But he's doing an abdominal stretch. Apollo pushes him off the ropes to reverse it. Well, while they're spinning around trying to get position for it, he makes the tag to Corbin. Absolutely love that moment. The way they just stay on top of it, they really have that old school 80s, 90s tag team feel where they're just on top of it, constantly going. Heels personified. I mean, these guys are doing amazing things. The only shitty thing is they're just not getting the push that we need them to get. With this being said, crazily enough, we get Baron Corbin with the end of days to No Way Jose for the 1, 2, 3. Didn't mind it at all. I thought it was a good finish to the match. It was nice seeing Corbin get the 1-up this time rather than No Way. Because No Way's been usually getting the 1-up lately over him. So, I mean, it was a nice little switch up. Overall, it was kind of a filler. But there were a couple entertaining moments. Then we got our first Money in the Bank qualifier of the match. What I actually think was match of the night. It's a 3-way women's match to see who gets, the first spot in the Money in the Bank qualifier, or in the Money in the Bank match. It's Ember Moon, Ruby Riott, and Sasha Banks. Already, I'm excited. I'm hyped. I had heard about this earlier in the day. To see it, I was thrilled, man. I thought these ladies put on an excellent performance in the ring. Great pacing. Great pacing. Man, I just love watching Ember Moon work. I love watching Sasha work, and I love watching Ruby work. And seeing these 3 ladies tonight was an absolute pleasure. Man, they're doing high-risk maneuvers. Ember Moon hits the double eclipse, man, where she's got both of them, and she hits the eclipse coming off the ropes. You guys already know how I feel about that finisher. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. It's probably one of my favorite finishers out there right now. I mean, it's a flying flipping stunner, for heaven's sakes. What the hell's cooler than that? Crazily enough, we get Ember Moon with this win. I don't really want to go into detail on this match because I actually want you guys to go out there, YouTube it, find it, man. Watch these 3 ladies do their work tonight. It was an amazing match. I know we're going to have podcasters out there say there was other matches that were better. For me, that was the best match of the night. I mean, that definitely had me on the edge of my seat. There were points where I didn't even think Ember had a chance, and you just seeing Sasha and Ruby go at it. You're having some interference from the Riot Squad because it's fully legal tonight. Keep that in mind. So, I mean, with Ember Moon pulling it out against all odds and being the newbie to the show, that was absolutely incredible. We see a Bayley spotting coming out to help Sasha, even though she gets her butt kicked in return. I mean, it was just a really good match overall. A lot of good things told in here. And it was exciting seeing Ember Moon get the win, and she's in the Money in the Bank tournament. Or Money in the Bank match. Not only that, she's got a really good chance of winning this, guys. And I mean, I think personally, this is the perfect match for her to really debut her talents to the whole world and really just fully make a name for herself. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to this. And we only got the first entrant. Now, I hope it comes back around where we get both these other 2 ladies in there. But for now, I'm fine with Ember Moon being the very first entrant. Absolutely phenomenal. Then there's a portion with the Lashley interview. I'm not going to go over that. If you guys want to watch it, I'm pretty sure you can YouTube it, find it anywhere. It's nice to see Lashley back in the WWE. Then we get a segment from KO and Sammy. And about the fallout from last night. If you guys didn't watch Backlash, first off, go check out the Backlash review. Next, there was a funny transition last night where Sammy doesn't want to wrestle Braun and Lashley. He's smart. He's not a stupid guy. He realizes there's more nights. KO gets the best of him. Fight Owens, fight. He wants to fight. Him and Sammy initially Sammy throws KO in the ring. KO receives a blow. He goes out, throws Sammy. Sammy comes, fakes like he's going to go out, pulls KO back in. KO just gets power slammed by Braun. 1, 2, 3, and then he's the first one to get demolished after the match. So I can't blame KO for feeling this way. Sammy responds when KO's questioned about yesterday. Hey, it's old news. It happened yesterday. They need to focus on today. And what they don't want, with KO already not qualifying for the match earlier, they don't want both of them to. Then we get I guess you can call it a pre-qualifier match. The Jinder Mahal versus Chad Gable. I actually thought Chad looked excellent in this match. Jinder, he just looked like typical Jinder. Crazily enough, there was no interference from a Singh, so that was actually kind of nice to see. It was kind of nice to see Jinder do it on his own. Jinder hit a big knee, man. And then Jinder gets caught by Gable, slides out the ring, lays on the apron. Gable picks him up. Jinder's smart as hell. Just grabs the back of his head, drops down the ropes. Gable falls down in the ring, goes to get back up. For getting back up, his hard efforts, unfortunately, he receives a coloss. Jinder gets the 1, 2, 3. After this match, Singh is literally in Chad Gable's face talking shit. Chad Gable just takes his hand, shoves his face back. Jinder catches wind, beats the crap out of Chad Gable. I hate to say this, but I think Jinder looked impressive enough tonight to get himself in that match. And we obviously know that's where it's kind of going to head to. I would love to see this match without Jinder. I don't think a ladder match is good for Jinder at all, in any type of way. But with that being said, what he did tonight was enough to impress you. He beat Chad Gable clean. Not only that, he destroyed him after. I don't know. In a lot of books, that's a check and a check. So, unfortunately, in the long run, I expect Jinder to be in that Money in the Bank match. Then we get a squash match. But I don't look at this as your typical squash match. So, it's Heath Slater, Rhino, set to schedule, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler. Rhino and Slater are in the ring as usual. Then we hear Drew's music hit. He comes out. And then we get the silence. And then Dolph's hits as Dolph comes out. And Dolph gets in the ring initially. And you know what I always think when Dolph starts out any kind of a tag match? That he's going to get worked for a little while. And then, whoever he's going to make the hot tag, that partner is going to come and destroy. He's going to clean up the side mess so that partner can get the pin. That did not happen tonight. Dolph came out, looked pretty aggressive, got McIntyre, and McIntyre just ran through him. I mean, damn it, dude. The small, subtle movements, the small subtleties this man is performing during his matches just are absolutely captivating. I mean, there's one point, he's got Heath down. He does, or maybe it's Rhino, but he does the little Randy Orton snake things, but he slithers over, man. But I had like a more intimidated feel than I've ever gotten with Randy. Like, Drew is scary, man. His promos are excellent. It's the intensity, the aggressiveness behind his promos. And then his work in the ring duplicates his promo work. That's how good this guy is. To me, at this point, there's no wonder why originally what Vince saw in this man. But now we're seeing it fully in front of our faces. And WWE Nation, KLIQPOD family, take notice. This man is something else. This man is absolutely exciting. Man, I mean, this was literally an ass kicking. You get the Claymore to the zigzag finish, which is one of my favorite tag team finishers out there right now. I mean, these guys are just flying high. I expect them to be tag team champs not even within the next month. I think the first opening they get, they need to get this. Man, I know you want to push Bray and Matt, but damn, man, these two are on absolute fire. I would not have a problem with them receiving gold so quickly. At all, not even for a second. I think that would be what's best for business going forward. Now, we get into a performance from Elias tonight. He starts going, he's grooving like he always does. But then we get this rude-ass interruption from the glorious one, Bobby Roode. I'm over it. Stop interrupting Elias. I love those performances. That is better than Broadway. That is better than Broadway. But with that being said, man, they have a mini match. They both look good in this match. I think Elias's in-ring ability is just absolutely phenomenal to top off all his other talents. Elias is in control of most of the match. Bobby has a few moments, but in the long run, Bobby hits the glorious DDT. We get the clean pin. 1, 2, 3. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? Like, I don't know. I think these fools would actually make a great tag team if you'd ever put Bobby back as a heel. I can't. I just don't like I don't like face Bobby, and I'm not. It's not gonna stop me from being interested to see what kind of push Bobby's getting. But with that being said, I want to see heel Bobby. I want to see asshole Bobby. I think that's where he's at his finest, and that's what I think is really missing. Now we're gonna talk about Mr. Monday Night Rollins. So Rollins comes out tonight. He actually praises The Miz, says The Miz took him to his limit, but regardless, he crushed The Miz's dream of breaking the breaking the tie with Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental title reigns. I'm happy. Thank you, Seth Rollins. But with that being said, he said he's not going to be. He learned from The Miz on what kind of champion not to be. He's going to be a fighting champion, as he's expressed and as he's shown so far. With that being said, he sets up an open challenge. Well, guess who takes the challenge? Mojo Jojo himself, Mr. Mojo Rawleys. Why? Why, man? I'm listening to this guy while he's coming down, and his stuff is bland. And he doesn't have the pause to where he's letting the fans react. He has the pause to where you can see the gears working on what he's trying to say next. And it's not that good. I mean, there was a point where he did drop a funny little line. I'll have to look back at it and see what it was. But overall, man, his mic skills need work. I wasn't impressed at all. There were a couple points in the match where I actually was impressed. I think if you can get him the right training, this dude could go. He could really, really go. He's got a lot of natural gifts. But he needs a change, man. He needs a character change. Like, I don't care what you do with Mojo Rawley. He's not going to get over at any point. And then they're talking about the newest acquisition to Raw. Like, it's just a wasted acquisition. Do I really expect this guy to ever get a push for anything? No. I mean, I could see him on the mid-cards, but I don't see him going for a title at any point. And then the way Seth still kept me entertained in this match. Because trust me, there were parts where it was hard to watch. Like where Mojo's walking around and just talking crap to the fans. And I love that. That's what a heel should do. But just be creative about it. Be unique. Don't just walk around in a circle and while you're saying it, you're breathing heavy. So I'm like, damn, okay, are you really just taking a break because you're exhausted? Like, I don't know, but yo, somehow Seth made this a decent match, crazily enough. And I seen a post on Twitter last night after Backlash where they were talking about how they love how Seth Rollins tunes up the band like Shawn Michaels used to. And last night, I don't know really how I felt. Instantly, my first reaction was Shawn Michaels. And so I was a little bit perturbed by it. But thinking on it and seeing it again tonight, I like it. I like the setup of tuning it up, going for the sweet chin, run off the ropes, hitting the curb stomp. Excellent. Excellent transition. Excellent setup. Seth Rollins gets the win. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, God. If Mojo Jojo would have won tonight, I might have protested next week. At least his match. I couldn't protest the whole episode because you guys need the review. And hey, I love doing the review. But I would have protested his match for sure, so I wouldn't have been able to tell you the outcome. But thank God, no craziness happened tonight. We didn't see some wild, absurd upset. Seth Rollins walks away victorious. Really proud of my boy for that. Now we get to another filler match. The Miz Taraj versus Bray and Matt Hardy. The tag team champions. I like the work these two do together. Watching them in the ring, it kind of does. I forget they both. I'll never forget Matt's been a tag team partner. But sometimes I forget that Bray's been in a faction. And it's so crazy how well those two work together. Knowing who the opponents in the match were, I'm pretty sure you guys could come up with it. If you said The Miz Taraj, you were wrong. But with that being said, is there really a tag team division over in Raw? It feels like these teams are garbage that we're going to see facing Matt and Bray. Like, can we get a real team? Like, push the Revival, push something. I need something in my life. Okay, I can't have this dead, floundering tag division. And then you constantly act like I should be interested just because of who the champs are. Yo, it's not about just who the champs are. It's who do they have to face. And right now, there's nobody on Raw. What are you going to have them face? Braun and Bobby? I doubt we're ever going to see them fools even touch tag goal or compete for the tag belts. So I want to know what WWE Creative is thinking. Where do you guys think they're leading with this? What do you guys think about the Raw Tag Team division? Do you think it's floundering like me and there's nothing there? Or do you guys see some amazing teams that you expect to see really get a push here in the near future? Let us know, guys. Please. And that brings us to our main event of the evening. Tonight's main event is our last qualifying Money in the Bank qualifier for the evening. And it's another Roman Reigns main event. So it's Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. Winner is in the match. From top to bottom, I enjoyed this match. I'll let you guys know right off the bat, Roman didn't win. I thought they had good pacing. I thought even the points that I had to see Roman, he did what was necessary. I mean, at no point was I really turned off or tuned out of this match. When Jinder came out, so Jinder comes down, I think he comes to the crowd, and he grabs the leg of Roman Reigns as Roman's about to go for the spear, so he blocks that. Then Sami hits him with the haluva kick, which is awesome. So right there, I knew Roman wasn't going to win. But I was actually pulling for Sami. At this point, Finn runs across the ring, does the double leg drop kick to Sami. Sami bounces off, hits the ground. You know what's next. The coup de grace. Dude, that dude got so high up there tonight. Hits the perfect stomp. Like, I watched it on replay. He did it phenomenally. From the other camera angle, it looks like he literally stomps a hole in him when you see it correctly done. Or when you see the other camera angle, you see it was done with perfection. So, I mean, really entertaining match. Way to put it on tonight, guys. Hey, congrats to your next Money in the Bank entrant, which is Mr. Finn Balor. Big shout out. Really looking forward to hopefully you win and you can get the Universal title you never lost. With that being said, guys, I thought for the most part the show was pretty consistent tonight. Had some highs, had some lows. Through and through, wasn't bad for a Monday night. Looking to see what we're going to get tomorrow, especially with some resolution to this AJ Shinsuke situation. But with that being said, guys, as always, thank you for joining me every Monday, Tuesday, and every other video we do. But with that being said, as always, kick ass, take names, and peace.